Oh man. Today is a sad day, guys. Today is a sad Titanic music
End
day.
of an era.
Jeremy is this last episode with Jeremy right here. Our little showrunner is leaving the nest to become a big butt today on Table Talk. Everyone, welcome back to Table Talk.
Big butt.
Okay, hold on.
Jeremy is now. Hey, sorry.
I'm just gonna continually just play this.
At any point in time.
Yep, at any point in time.
You
guys.
read it right. This title is not
man.
clickbait.
No.
Oh shit!
Why would it be clickbait? At what
I don't
point?
know. We've been having.
Why would Jeremy clickbait his own livelihood in the title?
Because he wants to.
I see. Welcome back, everyone. This is a Monday. This is a very
saddest day of our life.
Oh no! Don't say that.
questionable.
One of the saddest days of the
Today
year.
we have our guest, the one and only
Come on, Jeremy!
Jeremy. Do we really need to do a who you what you do at this point?
Jeremy, who are you and what do you do?
Oh my gosh.
I'm a designer
That's great.
at a small agency that you might not know called Blank Slate. But I'm also a producer of a podcast.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, casually.
Of a small podcast
Last
you might
I
not
know the name was Table Talk.
At this point in time.
Table.
Talk table.
The
Table.
takeaway.
No
I can
wonder
already
he's-
see that you're becoming a big bird. Already.
No wonder he's leaving actually. It's just this point.
Jeremy is leaving the nest.
Oh man.
And it's unreal because this is it came up as a shock to everybody.
Not me.
Not you.
I knew that he would end up in somehow.
Oh, you already
Oh,
told
you
people
did.
where he's going.
Oh shit. I bleeped it out.
Bleep that out. This
I-
episode is a tribute
Wow.
to one
Oh.
of the finest men who has entered the halls of Blank Slate as a takeaway.
As a boy, now he's a man.
Truly the biggest of birds.
Well, okay, this is Brit. Jeremy, before we get into some bye-byes, apparently we're going to take a trip down memory lane.
Yes.
Yeah, so
yeah.
to set the stage, right?
Yeah.
I do not know what's in that guide.
Bro, I
there
I have
see.
is
zero knowledge.
there
is
is a part of the podcast you have to do physical activities, bro.
No.
So I hope you're ready.
Thank you, Vivian,
Thank you, Vivian.
for taking your time to write
Yes.
this guide.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But now I'm scared.
The best
No.
part of that is Vivian is COVID.
Yeah. She is now
So,
COVID positive.
it got her. It got her real
It
good.
got her real good.
Vivian at this point.
Vivian.
She sends her regards, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to take a trip down memory lane because Jeremy, you've been here for how many years?
I interned here in 2019.
Oh my.
Into here 2019,
The
technically
vids.
you never left. We never let
But
you out of
yeah,
the chat group as well.
Yeah, so it was awkward. You know,
It was
like
kind of awkward.
Yeah,
still in the
yeah.
company group, but you're not like official employee. Then you still come for their like Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Open doors actually. Yeah. We are kind of nice.
What
I
a
feel.
great group of people.
Okay, that's just rubbing.
Yeah.
Okay,
But now
now.
we're going to be talking about some of Jeremy's highlights here with us,
The
but
highlights,
also where he's going to next, because I think that's important to celebrate and send you off on that journey.
Yeah, and
You
just
big bird.
to just warn people.
That's
on
going to
the
be
other side.
my... That's your name for this episode.
BB.
You big bird.
Brit, big
Not
Brit.
yellow.
Huh?
No, am I tall?
No, sesame. Yes.
You got the reference.
No,
100%.
we all know, but that's not what we were referring to.
So we're
You
gonna start.
big
We're gonna start today. If you got actually, to be honest, right? If
Yeah.
you're a listener of the Table Talk, right, and you don't know who Jeremy is at this point,
Yeah, just suck an egg,
I
man.
know.
Oh, sorry, no lah.
I don't know how. Like Jeremy has been the guy who pulled together the random arrangements for the COVID era.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, the scramble for home recording was
Yeah.
interesting. It was fun for you because you need to set up and break down things on your side. It was just you sitting in front of your camera.
Yeah, that's true.
On
Hey,
our
I
side,
still had to set up my light, my camera.
must be tough. Must be tough sitting in front of your computer. This guy. But if you guys remember it, like wow, there's like you've seen the evolution of the show from like whatever that was to whatever this is to this, right?
I think a big reason why we were able to be consistent during the lockdown is because of you actually. You
Yeah.
were like, guys, we have to do it. Guys, sit down. We got to record today. Upload files, did not? Upload it? Okay, good.
So if
Hey,
you
but it
want,
was good that y'all still did it. Like
Hey.
consistently, even though it
shout
was
out,
like
shout
we were very
out.
busy with
you are the
work.
spark. You're the
You
spark.
you're just a big bird.
First impressions
first
of
impressions.
Jeremy.
Us to him or him to us?
From internship to full time. I think let's just flip the script a bit. Okay, Jeremy, what
okay.
was your first? Why? How did it start?
you
The
have
first
to,
impression.
you have to jump to the... I think there's
I
a
have?
part...
How
No,
many jump?
you should jump because there's a part that she wrote in the first part
Okay,
of Jeremy being like young Jeremy first.
young Jeremy.
Like the first part there?
You mean like why did he join?
Yeah, why did he join? No,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
was
okay,
the first time we met? These some crazy stories, man.
Oh, you had the
Okay,
photos,
okay.
Get
right?
ready for the cringe fest, bro.
No. All right. First impressions from Jeremy's point of view.
Yeah.
So I mean, to be fair, I mean
Okay.
I've known you guys since YouTube. Like that's
Early
where-
YouTube days.
early YouTube days.
Oh
but
boy.
because that time also, I mean, I was into YouTube and I like, of course, I did my own.
Can we talk
video.
about it?
We can talk about it.
Okay,
Let's take it step by step. So I mean,
Okay,
like
okay,
every
okay.
one of you who would have known them from like 2009, 10, that era.
No, 2011 era.
2011 era.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mm.
We know we would watch them. You're like, oh, that's entertaining. And it's like, oh, Malaysian, even more national pride.
Hey,
And yeah, shout out.
shut up.
And then after that, I mean, that just like, you know, they kept making content. So you just follow as just a follower.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm not like that kind of person who would like, I think I spoke to some people before about this. I say I support people, but I'm not a fan of anyone like to a
Right.
to a
You
degree.
just supporter, not
I'm a
fan.
supporter. Yeah.
Fan
So
level.
like
That's a
even
big
singers,
difference.
artists,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really have a person that I would die want to meet.
Like you will
like-
faint if you meet them. kind
Now,
I don't think I've ever.
Now-
of. Do you
Twice,
have any now?
twice.
Not even now. I mean,
Oh,
twice.
the once,
Like
you know.
even if I meet twice, like I don't think I would drop down and die.
I don't think most of us wouldn't nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think I would just like I'll be happy, definitely. Of course, I've been happy and to meet them, but I don't think I'll be like,
But
oh,
if like
you know?
all
Yeah,
9
yeah.
of them kissed you,
so like, oh,
Why?
I don't think I'll get there, but thank you.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
so
yeah.
some sturdy
So, yeah,
you're
fundamentals.
very, you're very
Okay,
rock solid.
okay.
Yeah, but so that's when I knew you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So actually, around that time also, I did YouTube like
yes.
playing games and all.
Oh,
So
what?
a funny story is
Yes.
that I used to do this annoying thing as a kid because I was a young kid who went and add all the YouTubers on Facebook.
Yes.
So you didn't accept my request, I think. Or
Oh
I
no,
didn't
yeah.
accept.
I don't want to say right here. It's not that I didn't accept it. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, so
I didn't see anything.
so you know back in the days where the YouTubers aren't like so big or known as
you
figures.
hunted down our personal profiles.
I don't know what I did, but I remember I added a few names. That was Jin.
Just Jin,
Yeah,
then
Yeah, then cool.
Joseph, Giovanni.
I'm not sure of Joseph Germani, but
Okay.
I know
But you bought a gym band.
I bought
Yeah. We gotta call out.
so
Gotta call out.
I did
happened?
I did. So I added you and you accepted me. Thank
I
you
did.
so much.
Thank you so much.
All good, man. All good. Good.
And I remember I sent
Sowing the seeds.
a messenger. Like I don't. Looking back, I tell you I cannot do it now. But back then I sent him a message. I think I can find it out. But I said something like, "Hi Mingyu, would you be kind enough to check out my gaming video?"
Aww.
And I think you replied with like, "Oh, sure, no problem, man." Or I don't even know if you ever did.
Hard to say.
Hard to say,
Hard
but
to say.
I remember I would go to like bigger YouTubers and send out my gaming videos.
Yeah.
Wow.
And ask them to like check it out and leave a like.
Guys, you all need to hear
Wow,
the next
the
part of this
hustle,
story
the
because
hustle.
we like gaming videos in your mind. You might be thinking like, oh, like montage highlights of like Valorant plays, right? No. Jeremy is OG
Like,
gaming
what kind of-
videos.
like what?
So I used to like sit down on the computer. That's where I pick up a lot of my skills.
yes,
Yeah.
I went on. I'll go on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
you did reply.
I
You said,
did reply, bro.
Say, hey Mingyu, if you don't mind, check out my new video. Do share it with your friends too. And then I bracket. I'm doing a one video every day week.
Wow.
That's
So do
crazy.
expect more
How
videos
old
from
were
this
you at
week.
this time?
12. Yeah.
Guys, this guy at 12-year-old making a video a week, you know.
So, but I had interest in
Wow.
it. So I would. That's how I learned, picked up
Yeah,
editing and all this
yeah.
kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I would like play games, just record on a very slow computer. I didn't even know how people like today, if you were to watch the videos,
Yeah,
you
tell
would
me about it.
thing. And then like that was that. Like
What videos were they?
gaming videos. I'll play like Minecraft. Yeah.
So you were part of the I would call it like the first mainstream era of YouTube in
Yeah.
Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
And then you have your own stuff that was going on.
Yeah.
And that was 12, obviously, like too young to do anything. Like you just went primary school. And then fast forward a few years, like the scene grew, obviously.
Yeah.
To a point where when you graduated high school, it was like at the peak of
Yep.
the first wave of YouTube,
Damn.
right?
Mm.
You joined us for an internship,
Yeah.
right?
I actually applied for internship after college. By the time, like I think Caleb was the HR, so that's why I didn't.
Sorry.
We have a running joke that Caleb was the HR at one point.
He was.
He was.
And I think maybe that time I
He
applied.
rejected you.
I don't know. I just by looking back, I wrote a very shitty.
He just didn't
internship,
reply, I think.
Just in general, I
request.
don't think Caleb
Yeah.
checks emails. that
Caleb
well,
doesn't,
so
yeah.
Just calling Caleb out right now.
But
But you did make it right into the internship.
Mhm.
What was your impression back then?
I think after that, I've like gone through the
Cool down
I'm
a
a fan and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like it's a workplace now, so gotta be mature and
Damn,
respectful of the, even though they are YouTubers or influencers or, you know, people of interest. So I just treated it that way. Like, I come to work, I do my work, and then, you know, we can hang out and chill. And,
People of interest. I love it.
yeah.
Were you disappointed? It's like, oh, this guy's actually not that cool in real life.
No, I mean, I enjoyed myself. The first 3 months, we like, every day was fun. Fun.
Hey. And
The
then
first 3 months, keywords, first 3 months.
first few months.
Of my, like, because it was internship, then like it was a hiatus.
It was quite a long time.
Yeah.
You went to finish up your studies.
But I think you made an impression enough
Yeah.
that who was the first group? Who was the first?
Who was
few
around
people
when you
worked
were
with
in?
the most? Yeah.
It was Natalie, because that was the first time like blank slate was blank slate. Hey, that was the founding blogs where we had our first social media account.
Yeah.
That was like,
That was a pivotal year, man. Like going into that. So your first teams, your immediate teams were Natalie.
Yep.
Like if you
that's
seen
like, oh, this is your
who else?
supervisor.
What else were you working on during that season?
That was only that. And then I did edit some of the A-Man videos.
I see.
I was in some of the shoots, but I wasn't like actively playing a role.
Right.
Like I just helped with the camera. I helped edit the podcast because last time we don't have switcher. Need to like premiere edit.
Manually, yep.
Yeah.
Take footage from 3 cameras, put into, oh my god.
And then we had to stop. You don't know this, right? But last time, like
20 minutes
we had
off.
20 minutes, right? We had to stop. Okay,
Yeah.
cameras
Roll again.
cut and then roll again.
The card cannot support already.
Poverty.com, man. Seriously. But it's good. Humble beginnings.
It evolved. You were part of the process that really efficientized.
Evolve. I thought you see
Evolve.
evolve.
I
like
thought
Ivor.
Ivor, like sorry.
you evolved the whole thing.
Yes,
right?
yes.
You were there as we figured it out, and now people are the ones who are referring to our system and asking how do you do
Yeah.
it, and we are sharing them
man.
now. Like okay. Then you, since you're shaking his hand, what was your first impression of Jeremy?
Jeremy, when you came in, we all knew that you were a very capable young man.
Oh.
I think when you came in, you were at the sweet age of like 16 or something. 19.
You were a very skilled young
19.
kid.
19?
Yeah.
You were born like 2000.
Yeah.
This guy is
I'm
crazy.
exposing.
This guy is crazy.
2020.
No, I mean, yes, correct. Yes. So, like, when you came in, there was no doubt about your skill. And I think very, very quickly, Melody at that time was already like, Jeremy, I don't care, you better apply for full-time after you graduate. Because at the time, you had one more semester? One more year.
One more year.
One more year.
So I started my, like last third year, it was the first semester of 3.
Yeah.
So I had 2 more to go.
I think in terms of age and capability, like I remembered being like, wow, this young boy is damn skilled, man. He knows what he's doing. He knows his way around computers and systems. But also, I guess with being exposed to so much information and such big things in the media industry at that age, it's of course in my mind the first thing I was like, wow, we need to make sure we take care of this boy. Like there's a sense of like I want to make sure that you're going to be all right because it's a rough world out there, man. And you were exposed to it so young, you know, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my first impression. How about you?
None.
No impressions of
Because I had nothing.
Yeah, I didn't work
no
with him.
projects literally
Yeah,
in
that's
common.
true. That's true.
Like, I think the first impressions were just like, wow, this guy is very consistent. Because when you started running the podcast, then there was
Wait, that's
from
like
there.
way later though.
Yeah, it was much later because I had nothing in common with the account side of things at the start. But I think it was like, wow, you're really young and you have a lot of skill sets for a young kid.
Yeah.
And you came in like capable. That was rare because people come in needing to learn.
Yeah.
You kind of learned everything already and you wanted to like, okay, how do I make this into like work, like proper work?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of vibe lah. But you know, that was like, wow, that was years ago. And speaking of years ago, don't you talk about a bit of like, you know, your 12-year-old kid stuff. You know, Jeremy had a colourful childhood apparently.
Yeah, let's talk about
You
this.
were part of the national choir team?
Jeremy was traveling the world.
The national choir team.
Singing.
So last time I had interest in singing.
Last time,
Last time, now I can't sing. Just now before this
I
recording.
heard a few
Okay,
tunes. You
we
can
had-
control a bit.
Yeah, we're gonna eat and sing later, but don't worry.
It's okay. But yeah, last time like growing up, I was quite interested in singing. Then I think I don't know how, but one of my teachers. I joined. Well, I don't know how. Last time I feel I got more balls than now. Last time, like so,
truly the
I
biggest
joined
brother.
the school's like talent show.
Talent show.
Wow.
And then I sang Jonas Brothers.
Which song?
Burning
World
up.
War III. There's
What?
a song. World
There's
War
a song
something.
called World War III.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, it's
Okay,
getting
never mind.
real now, guys.
Yeah,
Wow.
but so
Wow.
I sang that song and I won the competition.
Whoa! How old are you?
9, I think.
Can you sing us a bit of the World War III? I don't
I just know
other song.
the
I think it's
Can't Help
voice.
World War Z.
Oh,
That's all I know.
Yeah.
I can show you maybe the video.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay, yeah.
okay.
Oh, you joined the choir team.
No, so
No,
after
he
that,
joined the
that
talent
talent show,
competition.
I got first place.
Oh, shit.
And the music teacher at the time asked me, hey, would you be interested to join an audition for this choir, which is a new choir that is going to be the national. It's not exactly
Wow.
the national choir.
It's a Malaysian choir.
But it was funded by the government. Yeah, like it was
Interesting.
Yeah, so I said okay. So I went for the audition and I got in.
Oh,
So for like
surprise.
around like 9, 8, like from 8 years old to like 11, 12, I was in the choir. So basically my weekend, my whole week, Thursday, Sundays, all have practice with them. Yeah. So every week we'll perform, and then suddenly it was, in the beginning it was just like, oh, we'll go to like events and perform, but it was not like, it was like, okay, we're about one group and all. But it got real when they're like, oh, you're gonna, there are opportunities to travel. So the first one was, here's not a flex, yeah, but I'm just sharing my experience.
Flex.
Just to set the
100% flex.
Hey, no, flex.
first it was Vienna. We went to Vienna. So for like the World Choral Festival. So that's where we represent Malaysia for the first time. Yeah. So after that, then it was like, oh wow, first time go abroad, right? And they were generous to bring the whole choir, because full choir. Then the second trip was New York. So New York, that one was a condensed version, and it was a bit of like only 20 people out of the 45, 50 people can go in. So it was a very, like the number became smaller. So now you have to perform better to get a chance in that 20
Jeremy.
slots. Thankfully, I got into the 20
Which,
slots.
Who were you again? 10.
I really forgot. I think it's 11, I think.
My God.
Which vocal category were you in?
So as kids, right, the great thing about kids, right, is that
We do
we
sing
can
kids
sing
category.
all the ranges. So really that wasn't a problem. Like there wasn't a set like, oh, your alto, your tenor.
You're just cute.
You just sing.
choir.
Yeah. So
kids section.
it was mostly girls, but there was also very little guys also in there. Maybe less than 10. At my point. So
Damn.
Wow. So basically, at the age of 11, you already have more
Traveling
experience
the world
traveling,
performing, you know.
performing a skill set, different skill set, but
different
still,
skill set.
it's part of the building blocks of why.
It's making
Now
who you
you
are.
can see why you just perform or you fill your time in a certain way. Then I also have here, your dad sent you to IT classes at a young age.
Yo, what?
Where did this come from?
Wait, hold on. IT
No, okay,
classes?
okay, so that one was a bit weird, but last time, I don't know why, but my dad was like, oh, I sent you to this course. So I went to this, like, one of the, like a hotel where there was a trainer who taught you how to make websites. So that's when I learned how to make websites. It was
Your
very
dad
strange.
really future sight, lo?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
That's wild.
he brought me there, and then they taught me how to make, like, actually it's more for e-commerce, and it was e-commerce at 2011.
How old
So
were
it
you?
wasn't a big thing. Like Shopee, all this didn't exist.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah, obviously.
How old were you?
Yeah. I think around the same time or so.
So basically, in your first decade, you already were gearing up for the second
Wait,
decade.
2011, you what? 10?
11, 12. I don't know.
11,
That one,
11.
honestly, I don't know when that was, but that.
Wow,
That's mad,
bro,
dude.
you had a rich childhood. All we had was
Ass.
okay.
no.
We did not have ass.
So we didn't have ass.
We had Sunday school and
We were climbing in the
Piano
drains.
class.
We were just crawling around the drains in the field.
yeah.
Hey, I also used to cycle in my
So
neighborhood.
we talked about your Maple Story game videos a bit before.
Oh.
Basically, you were back and forth between editing your Maple
Damn,
Story,
dude.
No, it wasn't back and forth. So it was at different stages.
your Maple Story dramas, right?
Yeah, so like that was
I
one.
know these.
Yeah, so actually that was what picked me up. I think if I didn't start that, I
Right.
don't think I would be here today. I really
Yeah,
attribute it to
true.
that Maple Story season, because it was when a friend of mine was editing these like Maple. I'm not sure if you guys know, but it's called Maple music videos. It's called MMVs.
Yes.
So if you go to Google, YouTube, MMVs, you can probably find some. It's like they use Maple
Last
Story
time lah,
characters
yeah,
and
last
make
time.
music videos out of it.
Then they act it out and they move around, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was
My
when I
God.
picked it up, and I saw my friend do it, and I was like, oh, I also want to learn. So that's when I started like learning how to edit videos, and then it propelled me to
It really
editing videos. And
It really did.
So
That's
you,
crazy.
you really are a fusion of traveling, performing,
not
learning skill
traveling
sets.
anymore.
Come on, man. Vienna and New York at 11.
Yeah, but I don't remember anything. That's the sad part.
That's crazy.
It's like you didn't have pictures to
so
see.
you should go to a doctor for that one.
Okay. Also, it might be just ingrained in the back of your subconscious
Yeah.
at one
Yeah.
point. Speaking of remembrings out the next, what? Okay, let's bring it back to the present.
Present.
Okay. What's your favorite memory of your time here, like so far? In addition to all these colorful memories from your childhood, growing up.
I would like to think that we will be a highlight lah. When you look back the next time, you'll be like, oh yeah, I was there.
No, I think honestly,
What's the dot? What's the dot?
Ass.
I think the Christmas events were one of the most standing out thing because the first one was when I got to register people, but it was very like, oh, I'm new here, so let's just get to know everyone and all. So it was very like, but it was quite cool to see, wow, this team is like before that I was always on my own, like doing things alone. So you never really see things in a team perspective.
Your first team project.
Yeah. So when you see, like I never like I mean, uni is like small groups, but not like
but you
make
don't
a big thing. Yeah. So
with a big group.
that was definitely one of
the only time you do that was in church.
Yeah, true. And then that was first time. Then the last week we had an event that was like, wow, we really pulled it off. And I think those were memory. And I think doing this podcast was very interesting.
A long-term memory.
Long-term memory.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not everyone gets to say that to do this as a job.
I think it's true. We take it very like openly because to a certain extent we understand that sometimes you want to create, right? You just do. You have to take the reins. And most people understand that in other teams that there's a very close micromanagement over things. But you did it well. And well, here we are, guys. How many episodes in? Hundreds?
I started on 101. So this is like
50 episodes.
178 or 80.
70
the 80 episodes.
Happy New Year.
Over here.
There was the walk down memory lane for Jeremy. My goodness. You already had such a colorful memory lane prior to us. My gosh, we're just another dash of color across the road at some point. So Jeremy, let's talk about a bit more now. Here and now, right?
Yes.
So we talked about it here. This is the last episodes, last few episodes, going off somewhere. Now, I don't know whether people know this.
Yeah.
You're juggling between your masters and working here.
Yeah, I don't think we've probably dropped it like casually in conversations, but Jeremy is actually doing his masters while working, doing freelance, helping out in church.
But honestly, right, after I listened to your childhood, right, your weekends do this, your weekdays do this.
He just finds ways to fill up his time.
The question was, how is it juggling between a job like this and your masters?
Tell us, big bird.
Okay.
I think it's like, so to me, I don't know how also. I cannot give you I cannot give you a definite answer.
Okay.
But my mentality is just do it. Like
just do it.
Like just take it one step at a time and then you'll figure it out. And thankfully the masters I'm doing is not like not now lah. Like in so far it's just been research. Like not research, but it's all coursework. So it's a bit like uni but enhanced. Right? So you knowing me, like last time I used to do assignments very last minute. Like the thing is still the same. Like doing like assessments last minute.
That's great, Jeremy.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still in terms of juggling. It's like the good thing is that it's on the weekends, so I just.
But it's not like you don't do anything on weekends. Also,
yeah.
You still have sometimes freelance jobs. You have church. Yeah, you have multiple commitments. Like you're not tired, are you?
I am actually recently not that tired.
Wow,
recently not that tired.
Yeah, I mean, like I still find time to sleep, lah. Yeah, but
I mean,
maybe less. Sleep,
okay, yeah.
Maybe the question is, do you enjoy what you do?
Yeah,
of course, I can't say I enjoy every day.
I mean, obviously,
but I do enjoy it. Like I like the trail. I think the reason why I took my masters is because I felt a bit like it's been a slow pace. Like I needed a.
You need to. I feel less.
But I feel okay. One of my main reasons of why I want to do my masters is because I'm young and I just want to get it out of the way. That was the thought process of why I enrolled. That was an opportunity.
You didn't want to like leave it to maybe one day I'll get back to it.
Yeah, so that's what they say, right? Once you are old and then you have like commitments like maybe a girlfriend or a husband, a wife, and a family, then like that becomes a bigger... Like
it's harder to leave your job.
You can't just say, oh, let's just do a PhD or a master's. It might be a bit too late.
Right. Yeah. At this point, I already forgot everything. Like, what am I going to do my master's about? You just want to now and done.
Yeah, and there was an opportunity lah, so that's why I took it. Yeah.
My gosh, maybe you are challenged by pressure.
I am.
I am driven by pressure.
Like it's so indicative of who you are as a person that you're like, let's do it, let's get it done. You're a go-getter, man. You know, besides being a big bird, you're also a GG. You're a big BBGG. All right. No, but it's cool. And I think maybe that's also why you are going to where you're going.
Yes.
Right? Because you're constantly looking out for like, what can I do? What can I do next? Can I try this? Should I do this right? I think may I mention earlier on in the podcast that Jeremy's actually leaving Malaysia. He's going to go to Singapore to start a new life and a new family.
Yeah.
No family.
No family yet.
Myself.
Yeah,
No family.
but that's the plan. The plan is to relocate. I mean, this has been something you've been looking at for a while now.
Even
It's not a looking at. So initially it started as my dad said, if you do masters, then you must go and
so
try
it's
and get a job.
It was a prior arrangement.
That's an arrangement. Yeah.
Right. So there was already a goal.
Yes.
Wow. Man, you nuts. I mean, how old are you this year?
I am
22.
22
22. So you entered the working life at 19.
ish.
He was working before that as well. Yeah.
And technically you were doing odd jobs and random stuff. How's it like working at such a young age?
So the sad part that some people says, but
Right.
to me, I don't find it sad lah. It's just my life lah, which is everybody has their own like pacing of life, right?
Right.
So for me, growing up, maybe because I had to be more mature at this age to speak to clients and like doing freelance when I was younger. So I guess that's why I'm more comfortable where I'm at now. So yeah, compared to my same age friends, right? It can get a bit like weird. Like maybe I don't relate because they are in a different stage of life.
Yeah, they're like,
I think the things they want, exams, the things they're struggling
so
with.
for me, I'm already like been working 3 years already while they maybe just started working.
Right.
So there is that difference lah.
you call out any of them? Just be like, hey,
No,
They don't listen on. So
then call them out.
there we
no
go.
need lah.
Hey, stupid,
no,
Steven.
Whoa. No, Steven.
No lah, but they're all like in that age where they are just figuring out life, which is fine. There's nothing wrong.
You are figuring out your move already.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but I'm figuring out like it's different. So I guess to answer your question, it's just
Like that?
like that lor.
I think I don't know, joining our team at such a young age, I don't know whether this applies, but did you feel like you were treated as the youngest at work? Like, was there any... I mean, I don't know within our own team because I've never treated you like you're young. I just treated you like, okay, you're capable, let's do it. But do you feel like you get judged by being so young and working already?
and sweet.
I think there definitely is that stigma of being young and might be unskilled. I think there's a very bad perception towards younger people and not being able to meet the requirements of other people.
Right.
And that is very unfortunately very prominent in like the corporate world. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's you see the age and you're like, oh, this 20-year-old kid can't do this. Right? But that's why I don't really like sharing my age in the working world because there is already that pre-misconception like, oh, this guy is young. Like,
don't do anything. Yeah.
so my how I solve this problem is don't tell them my age, do the work, they see the results, then maybe share my age.
Yeah.
Then they already have a but
Positive.
they can't
Reviews.
say
They
they
can't
can't use
say-
that misconception
Correct,
because
correct,
they already seen
That's smart. One thing that's interesting about like our team is that a lot of our full-time hires actually started off as interns, right?
Oh, boy.
Like you're one of them as well. And what's interesting to us is that it's a very true thing about how the industry, not just our industry, but a lot of industries look at young people as like, they're unskilled, they're inexperienced and all that. But I think one thing that we've been blessed to have is people like you walk in and then show us they're like, wow, actually this guy capable as heck. Of course, there are areas that you guys have not experienced, but then as a base form, right? As like Charmander, got a lot of potential. Yeah. So like the Charmeleon and Charizard evolutions, confirm good one.
I mean, it's not everyone's a freaking Charmander.
Not everyone's Charmander.
Yeah, not everyone is.
Yeah.
You call out some people who are not Charmanders?
Okay.
No?
Okay. I think
Sorry.
you have to be very driven to a certain degree if you are a go-getter and
So your
you want to do
Bulbasaurs, man.
stuff, right? Do you have like, I mean, just out of curiosity, right?
Okay.
Like how you're wired in a certain way, right? Like by 22, you already done so much. Was it like
a checklist.
conscious goals that you set, or it's more of like right here, right now, I want to do this, I better do this?
Well, I'm just a like anything goes person.
Damn.
I don't have like okay. So now knowing that I'm going to Singapore, I don't know what I'm going to do next.
You just know
Like
that you
I
were
just
going-
know I just want to get in.
Right.
Yeah, and then we'll figure out
And then
the next
steal
steps.
one of the girls there.
No.
Just
Okay,
to
truly.
steal their
But
women and money.
But that's nice because like a lot of people, I mean, the whole thing growing up was like, oh, I gotta have a passion, I gotta have a
Yeah.
purpose, I want to know where I'm going. But the honest truth about all these things, I think is like when people go somewhere are the people who just make it happen.
You just
They don't
just
think
do
about
it.
making it happen.
Yeah.
Just go lah.
Yeah.
You know, like Sinu used to say, right? Just one happy thing a day. You know, that's all you need, right?
Sino
You
used
don't
to say
need to.
that.
You don't
Yeah,
need to.
he
Yeah,
said that
he
in our
said before.
meeting.
You don't need to aim for the big happiness at the end. You just one small happy thing a day.
Shout out MF Sinlun.
Sin Lun. Wow. Okay, so it's out of the bag.
It's out of the bag.
Singapore.
Out of the damn bag.
So Singapore, y'all better
You're
better
getting
watch
a
out.
gem.
For
the
this
biggest bird
gem. Okay, that's
from Selangor.
it's just at this point it's like unrealistic expectation. Like
It
what
really
we dealing
is.
with,
Like,
ostrich
you guys-
level or like what?
I'm thinking like a condo bird, you know.
Okay, there's also
Still can fly one. Ostrich is flightless.
dodo bird thickness. Excited?
How you feeling? Like
Nervous?
Like think about it, right? Because every
Not
time
about the
before
birds,
this-
sorry, about going to Singapore.
Yes,
Just saying,
yes, correct,
okay.
correct. Because prior to
Yeah.
this, like Jeremy's got lots of friends in Singapore. He's worked with Singaporeans, and
Yes.
up to this point, every time you've gone to Singapore, it's always like for social visits, for a bit of work, right? But now, right?
just in that itself, right? It's mad. He already got foundations in Singapore.
yeah,
Like, what are you doing?
he got community there. Already.
It was a coincidence. Like I think 2 years ago when I started interning here, then I know these friends did not exist. Like
They didn't exist.
yeah,
Like,
but
they-
it was
thin
it was
air.
COVID and like combination of meeting the right people at
Damn.
the right time
Damn,
that
damn.
made me met them.
Yeah.
And then there's also the takeaway community that there are
Really
a lot.
helped.
There are
Yeah,
Singaporeans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
So-
shout out to you guys.
Hey, shout out! Let's shout out to some Singaporeans.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Shout out to all the people I met on.
Oh, okay, that's it.
That's easy, I guess.
No
Well,
specific
that's
shout
that.
out.
No
No
doxing, no
specific.
doxing.
Okay,
But yeah,
cool.
feelings. Excited, nervous. What do you feeling
So-
about?
What is the feeling of uprooting everything that you've grown and built this past X number of years and now going to a new place?
I'm
Because you're not coming back, you know.
I'm nervous, but I think now at this point I'm
The diary is starting already.
No,
I'm
last night started.
excited to
One time.
to get there and see
Yeah,
for myself. Because
yeah.
the last few times I've been there, it's very social tourist visits, right? So you go there, you're like, oh, it's a nice country that is very overpriced if you convert the money.
Now you're gonna
Sometimes
be
the,
there.
expense.
So you don't really actually I realized, right, when you go for holidays, right, you realize you don't really live a tour. Most people won't live a local life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like most people won't stay far and
Take
they will
public
always stay in
transport.
the central areas
Yeah, I mean,
and then
of
go to the
course.
nice
Of course.
hawker centers.
Different
then, yeah.
circumstances. Yeah.
So I think I'm excited to see that side that
Right.
you don't really see.
Mm.
And I know people say it's very high pressure, but
yeah.
maybe it works for me, but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
It'll definitely work for you.
What's the big bro advice from Mingyu to go for Singapore?
Ah, man, like my relationship with Jeremy this past 2 years has always been one of like, it's really big brother one. Like in the office, I nag him so much.
Oh boy.
You can ask Jeremy. Like I nag him like until like
Yeah.
your mother and father also probably don't nag you as much. But it's always coming from because like I'm always of the I will only scold you and nag you if I love you and care for you. If I don't, right, you really don't I don't give a shit one. I remember the conversation that Jeremy had when he was like, Miyu, let's go to the meeting room and talk to you. Then we sat down, right? I already knew, right, that he was gonna leave. But then when he said Singapore, the first reaction was like, I'm gonna stop you right here. I just want to tell you I'm so happy for you.
Oh.
Because like I know he's been wanting to go, and also the opportunities like this don't come often.
Yeah.
Singaporeans themselves are trying to. It's not easy for Singaporeans to get a job.
Yeah.
And for a Malaysian to go there, it's definitely a win. But of course it's a bittersweet thing lah. Like for me, it's like, man, like I won't deny that I did see like my future with Jeremy inside also. So now having Jeremy exit from that picture does hurt because I'm like, oh man, I won't get to see this guy blossom into the bigger bird that he will be.
Oh, how many?
But I'm also so happy because that means like this guy is really like, it's not just us that sees your worth, you know. It's like now internationally you are recognized as like, wow, this guy good, you know. My advice to you, also because I know you personally, is I really hope that you'll be able to find a good group of friends that can keep you grounded.
I mean,
That's my number one. Because I know who you are as a person and I know that you like to check with. You like to check with people like, guys, is this the right thing? What do you think I'm doing? I hope that you find friends who are able to give you like honest feedback. So then you don't feel like you're alone. But more than anything, I hope that you will be able to find your own person. That you won't base your identity on other people. Like this one is like my biggest hope for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, I was thinking about it, right? Whether I'll be like,
Should we kiss now?
No, okay.
Sorry.
I was thinking about it. I was just like, to be honest, right? I don't think for me much will change because the way I work with Jeremy is basically all online.
Yeah,
most,
Yeah, yeah.
if not more
Most
than
of the stream stuff
50%,
also, hey Jeremy, take control of my
everything is
computer.
online. So I feel that because we are working on a few things, right? So like if you guys tune into like Takeaway or like Red Flags or like any other random Twitch streams, it's mostly just Jeremy and myself doing it. And it's all done via WhatsApp, Telegram,
Discord.
Google Sync, like Google
remote
control,
desktop.
remote control. And I was just like, actually, then that was where I asked Jeremy, like, hey, I tell you what, I know you're leaving the team, but these projects that we built, do you still want to be a part of them? And
Yeah.
he was like, why not? I'm like, okay, if you own, I mean, so to me, I feel like nothing much is changing other than the fact that I can't see you physically as much. But there's also Discord.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like I have a very weird relationship because most of it has been built online.
Mm-hmm.
And no, online is not going anywhere. It's
Yeah.
just going to be, your internet is just going to get stronger at
Yeah.
that point.
It's
Like
true.
I feel like my future plans are still in place because like, hey, you want to do? Let's keep on doing it. It will be a bit different because now like, shucks, if I want to do a last minute emergency deck, I got no Jeremy to like, hey, shit, people need designer, that kind of thing, which is fine. But I think personally, to me, not much has changed other than the fact that, hey, I'm happy. I kind of saw it coming. I knew that you were going to be in Singapore because you had that vibe like, I'm going to get out of KL. I want to go to Singapore. I want to go to Singapore, you know? Singapore's the cool kids place, that kind of thing, right? But I think like, wow, what's the thing that I personally feel to watch out for is like, as Malaysian, just want to say, I don't go to Singapore,
Malaysian.
as a Malaysian, okay? A lot of my Malaysian friends who have went over to Singapore, right, when I was your age, right, the pressure got to them.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Malaysians are built differently. We are really different one. Like you are a go-getter, but as much as you are a go-getter,
You're still
right,
Malaysian.
you got a relaxed layer underneath one. It's like, hello, you know, Singapore bit different one. Like a lot of my friends over in Singapore, they crack on, you know. They come back, like high class performers, right? They come back, right? Then they go and like, blah, blah, blah. Like what happened to your grammar? Like,
Hey,
kind of thing.
what the heck?
Like really, they change. They
That's
change
crack.
from this is guys, I'm not trying to put anyone down. This is like my real stories, okay? I've had like first class honor students all go there, come back, don't be performers anymore. Because the pressure gets to them somewhere. So I would say as a Malaysian going there, find the chill lah. You by right will get peer pressured one by all these hardworking people, but find the chill somewhere. Other than that, right, just go and make the most out of it, man.
You gonna do
Singapore
it,
is a
bro.
safe place. The money is banging. The efficiency, the convenience. I mean, everything suits your style. There's Grab everywhere. Vegan food, low carbs, coffee.
He's so vegan.
Like literally,
So what I
Singapore
mean.
is the Jeremy starter pack.
It is.
Yeah,
Really?
it was
It's quite-
May when I went there, and I was like, this is a vibe out
Yeah, you see?
of it.
You see?
Like, okay, I enjoy my time here in Malaysia, and I will still be proudly Malaysian after
Oh, of
this.
course, 100%.
Yeah, but I think when I went there, I was like, oh, this is the fast pace was
You're like,
Yeah,
was
It's like warm up for New York. You know what I mean?
But I don't go
It's
New
like-
York.
But that's not
You see,
New
like
York.
the
No,
beauty
no,
of Singapore is that because of our
Too
cultural
Asian,
ties,
maybe. Yes.
you don't feel super like
disconnected.
disconnected.
It's not as disjointed.
True.
But I would say that for you, right, like so at your age, like so young, right? The I think what Mingyu say is true. Number one, right, your friend circle, right? Like going to Singapore. I know there's beautiful people in Singapore, but you got to like comb through all kinds
yeah.
of funny, different.
As with all places.
Yeah. It's like we listeners, right? Like even you guys listening in Singapore, we might just be across the causeway, but like culturally, as Singaporeans and Malaysians, there's a lot of differences in expectations of life, performance, like you know what you're gonna do. Just make sure you keep an eye on your person and how much like you're giving. What the hell? You're giving in and building your own. Because there's this age of like 22 to 25, right?
You just keep giving.
set the stage of the person you're going to become for the rest of your life.
Damn.
You know? Which is exciting.
The biggest.
Which is exciting.
Exciting.
But yeah, future lah. You know, you got plan your future in mind. What's your future plans? Now, since that Singapore is a thing.
My goal is just to get in the country,
Settle down.
well,
and that was it.
So,
So
Singapore.
we'll figure out. When
Congratulations,
we get there. Yeah.
You got in.
What is the dream and what is the dream now?
I really have no dream.
Singapore money,
amazing.
Singapore girls.
Okay, that's
like,
mad.
sorry, that's not.
mad.
Like I know people say it's good to have a future plan, like or a goal, but my goal is just taking it at this point of time. I just want to get in, which I have done, and and finish my masters.
Yeah. And then run our takeaway offshore there.
Yeah.
Done deal.
Those 3 things. And then
Ui, you can be country manager leh. Literally one person department. That's because you see, I think that's quite interesting to note. Like we talked about that as well. Like literally, Vivian wrote this. Vivian put down here what's your dreams, what's your plans, you know, what's the future looking. And I think the honest answer is like just one step at a time.
One step at a time.
we should normalize stop having, like, you don't have to have a dream.
Yes,
it's fine to be fine. If you don't have a dream now, it's fine. Like a lot of people after, especially uni kids who get out of uni, that they don't know what to do, then they struggle because there's that societal pressure of you need to know what you want. Like, do you want to work in this industry? Do you want to work in that industry? Do you want to be a manager? Do you want to be an executive?
I ask you, every night you got dream, eh?
No, not all the nights.
Guys, I don't have...
If naturally you don't constantly have dreams, it's okay.
You want to be a manifester or a manager?
Wow.
That's the difference.
I just want to manifest.
Okay, that's mad.
That's crazy.
I don't have dreams because
crazy.
I make all them real.
Damn!
Oh,
Preach it.
Brother Silun.
sorry. Brother Silun. But yeah, I mean, in that note, right, I think the best thing, because as Malaysians, right, Singapore is real talk, okay? As Malaysians, right, we have a stigma about Singaporeans as well.
Yeah.
Right? The kiasuness and the kiasiness.
We smell one.
The food. We okay. And then we always have this kind of like bicker back and forth. But I think the real stigma is like the pressure. The pressure of life, the pressure expectation.
And
right?
we're
Like,
just jealous.
We are 100% jealous
I'm
of
so
how
jealous.
the economy is doing.
You.
Yeah, the safety of the country.
Oh my God.
But what we are not jealous is when we get there and we find like how high stresses like society puts on each other. Like I always tell the story of like the first time Mingyu, Rafi, Brian, myself went to Singapore for a team trip, and there's only 4 of us. Right, the first biggest culture shock that happened to me wasn't like in the streets. You know, we were eating Moss Burger because we didn't know where else to go at that time. Is it Moss Burger or MOS? Moss Burger, right? And we're sitting down. I remember this as clear as day, and there's 2 chicks sitting beside us. So I just like, you know,
2 chicks.
2 girls. I was like just wondering like, what do people talk? Because they were talking very loud. Like Singaporean girls, you all are really loud. Saying Malaysian girls don't talk at their volume.
No,
right?
got one.
It's like you can hear across the street one, you know. But the biggest shock was, compared to that age group that was usually like you hear in KL, right? They will talk about like, hey, how's your friends? How's your boyfriend? What you're doing? You know, how's your mom? Or like, how's my mom? And then they'll tell me, hey, have you heard about like, you know, this thing that's going on next week? Hey, you going for that new cafe or that club or not? You know, they were talking about that. Hey, you heard about the new bank plan? Hey, how about this new policy? Did you know this financial planning? I'm like,
At Moss Burger.
I was like, I remember holding my burger, right? And I'm like,
Not knowing if it's rice or...
I wasn't. I was like a bit uncertain. This one is. I tried looking at it. I'm like, this one is auntie or our age group? No, our age group or like really or just the things people worry about across the border.
Yeah.
And I feel like like it's exciting going into it.
Yep.
But keep your Malaysian strength which is the chill, the relax
Jam got.
Just you know.
I think actually I was like, I want to say this like publicly because initially I was
you're here first.
very stressed about like, will I lose my Malaysian identity? Right? Like, will I not feel like I'm a Malaysian? Like, will people think I'm not a Malaysian after I go?
Right.
But after the Sad Sadik episode, that was a good reaffirmation.
Yeah.
Right.
That like, if you're Malaysian, you're still Malaysian.
You're still
and
Malaysian.
you will
You
still
go.
find ways like to come back and still serve your country wherever you want
Everywhere
to.
you go.
Yeah.
I mean, just serve your country in a better paying place.
Yeah.
Easy.
And
game,
also,
bro.
you know, like with the possibility of the railway project coming up again.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever that happens,
honestly,
right?
Jeremy, you could be living here and still working in Singapore. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like that was like, honestly, the reason why I'm comfortable with that decision compared to like, let's say Australia or UK or any other
distance, is it?
Yeah,
Because
it's
it's
the
still here.
distance. It's like that's why I can still come back.
I love
every
it.
weekend.
He already got plans to come back and like to meet
Unfortunately,
us.
I have.
But
Yes.
honestly, right, I'm really excited for you going over.
I'm so excited.
Because
you.
right, one of the
Shaking.
things we've always wanted to, this might be selfish gain at some
Hey,
point.
definitely.
Because like we know in my mind, I don't see it as you leaving the team. I see it as a high potential team member going to Singapore first. And then like we have
bring us all
plans to
there.
try to figure out Singapore. You also know, right? We've been planning like, how do we do Singapore content? How do we do Singapore content? And it looks like me every month dropping message to you. Hey, how's your job? Bored. How's the job? Bored or not? Bored, got free time or not? Got free time or not? Like that, right? Because we've always wanted to figure out cross-boundary content. Like, sure, the episode is like this kind of takeaway podcast is like global and whatnot, but it's always been like very exciting to figure out how do we break into Singapore a bit more. Like, we are still known as Malaysian content, right? And it's fine. Although I don't know why, but I get emails from Singaporean agencies.
My favorite emails are seriously like, who are the agencies in Singapore that's not doing your research? You invite me to events in
Orchard
Capital
Road.
this Thursday. I'm like, hey, can you check or not where I'm from?
Like, who are you?
I get, every month I still get every month.
I purposely have to hold my hands from replying because I'm like, you didn't do your research? Like,
But next time.
no. I want to see how long
I replied one.
it goes.
I replied one. Like, I got Val to reply and be like, oh, thanks for the invite. Just want to check our flights and accommodation covered. Then they're like, oh, so sorry. Then don't invite me to the Esplanade, lah, stupid.
Yeah, it's quite nice, Sorry for the last minute invite, but this Thursday we're having an event. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Please come to Orchard.
Yeah. See you at like Orchard. I'm like, okay, then you fly me or what?
So, maybe it's just a sign.
Maybe when the high speed rail.
Yeah, then I'll go.
Please, I wanted to pay for the high speed rail. I'm not am I so free to high speed rail back and forth?
For everyone who's wondering, is this the last you see of Jeremy? No. Jeremy is not going away.
The last question here that Vivian put: will you return to takeaway?
I don't think you're leaving.
I'm not even leaving. So
well, that's just the honest truth.
Yeah, the honest truth is I'm still. This is the only project I will remain.
You won't be actively the same anymore as a showrunner.
Yeah.
But you will see Jeremy.
Jeremy is one of the founding members of what we've been working on at Takeaway. And I think that there's nothing will change that.
Yeah.
I mean, what's stopping Singapore Takeaway?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He wants to go on the streets.
Technology. Leak.
Oh, sorry.
Teaser. Jeremy, it is your national choir privilege today.
Oh.
What's the song of the week recommendation?
Oh, shucks.
Oh.
That's tough.
What have you been listening to lately?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Just go to your Spotify.
I don't know what I've been listening to.
Look at
Because
them.
I've been actually using the Discover Weekly by Spotify because I
Great
don't
job.
know what is
Let's just
the
go
song.
put Discover
But
Weekly.
let's put the last song on my playlist. And the song is
Let's go.
Hell Yeah by Koruk.
By who?
Okay, sorry. Scrap that.
Okay, scrapping.
Let's go to Am I Gonna Die by Luna Dira and
damn.
Ready Rocket. Do you know who are they?
Yes, Brian, you gotta put that song in. Because
It's actually really catchy.
let's go.
Yeah.
That is the song recommendation of the week.
Yeah.
Thank
Shout
you,
out
Jer-
Malaysian
th-
artists.
Shout out. Thank you, Jeremy, for being
Thank you,
guest this
Jeremy.
year. My gosh.
For everything. We love you, Jeremy. We got one more episode with Jeremy, actually.
Yes, you'll see me next
So
week.
you still see him. But other than that, guys, use this video as your well wishes to Jeremy as he ventures forth into Singapore. So drop it all in the comment section below. If you have any requests for him, any questions, feel free to ask him. He'll still reply until maybe January.
I mean, depends if you see your message.
Yeah, correct.
I'll be on Discord more often.
He'll be on
He will
Discord
be.
more often.
He will
We will all try to be.
Guys,
we got called out in the event.
speaking of Discord, join the Discord at discord.gg/takeaway. We are Takeaway Table, the Takeaway Table. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You know the drill, guys. TikTok at the Takeaway Table. You can check Jeremy. What's your social? Are you going to give your socials out?
I mean, I don't use much, but it's IG Jeremy
Or you can just really just find you on Discord.
JREMYY.
That's
2
the
R's,
best.
2
The
Ys.
best part is to find you on Discord. Actually.
Yes.
Is
The
it?
best part is because you find you on Discord, then you just get in touch, and then you go watch everything. Then that's pretty much it.
That's also that
Guys,
works.
thank you for this episode. This has been a different episode. Okay, Happy New Year. We'll be sending Jeremy well on his way.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
And
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
When's
This-
this coming out next week?
Next week by Sunday. So
Yeah. Merry Christmas, guys.
Take care,
This
stay
is your
safe.
Christmas episode.
Merry Christmas, Jeremy.
Merry Christmas, Jeremy.
Merry Christmas, Inlun.
Merry Christmas, guys.
And that has been the takeaway, table talk for this episode. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao.